I was going to talk about Kirby first, but I'm going to wait just a little bit. I want to talk about FSU for a minute, firing some coaches. And I think this kind of jacked up. Florida State, Mike Norvell, he's the head coach. I don't know if he was, I guess he orchestrated it. But Mike Norvell fires 3 coaches, right? And the 3 coaches he fired is Adam Fuller, who was the defensive coordinator, Alex Atkins, who was, I would say on paper, the offensive coordinator, but of course, Mike Norvell is the play caller, and the wide receiver coach, Ron Dugan.
How Dugan's got put in the middle of that? Where that came from? Because the receiver playing so bad.
I don't know how Ron Dugan's got shot off because he was off Willie Taggart's tree, I guess. Yeah. But here's my question. The 2 that really got me, I think all of them are going to be fired at the end of the season. But the 2 that got me the most, and it's always, how did Ron Dugan, right? He's not even a coordinator. But how Alex Atkins, you talk about a dude that laid on the shield, right? Laid on the shield for this man, right? Remember, Alan Atkins was the one, he was the coach that got caught up with the, what you call it? I don't want to call it the recruiting scandal in essence, right? So he got caught up with the recruiting scandal, and he had that 3-game suspension when they played Georgia Tech, so forth, had to sit out those 3 games as the offensive coordinator, O-line coach. So he takes the 3-game suspension, and he gets fired. You're the O-line coach and the offensive coordinator on paper, and you get one of the first arrows to the heart, if you understand what I'm saying. Talk to me, man. What you think about that? Yeah, talk to me right quick. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Who calls the plays?
Mike Norvell. That's what's hilarious. 2 offensive guys get the axe, right? 2 offensive guys get the axe, and the head coach is the man. Now, I don't expect him to fire himself, so I totally get that. But wowzers, man.
Mike Norvell calls the plays. We know this for sure.
Yeah. He said, I think Atkins. He said, I think Atkins, right? Shad said, I think Atkins calls the play. But I don't know. But anyway, go ahead. I have to go back and look at it, but go ahead.
Yeah, because we know Mike Norvell is offensive, right? Like, it was kind of like when Manny fired Banda, and we know Banda. What was Banda, right? Wasn't it Banda? Banda was running his defense,
right?
And Manny fired him. But how does this happen, Hayes? Does it come from the higher ups? Does it come from the people that give you the money? Like, hey, listen, man, we gotta do something different. We ain't getting no money. We're not investing any more money into this coaching staff.
Yeah, of course it does, right? You gotta start, as they say, cutting bait when you're in this bad of shape. I just look at the Alan Atkins fire, in my opinion, is a little funny because he think about this. He stood on that hill and he took the suspension, right? And you can't tell me Mike Norvell don't know about it. Head coaches know everything. And we're going to talk about a head coach that even sees everything about his team. They know everything that's going on because there's so many mouthpieces around that's going to say, hey, Street, did you know that? Hey, Coach Street, did you know such and such and such and such? Yeah. It might be. So he has to go. Adam Fuller, he gets the axe, and their defense ain't that bad.
No, their defense wasn't that bad.
Bro, okay, because I look at them right here, right? So if you look at FSU and you look at their schedule, bro, just look at them defensively. They're averaging 16 points a game against us. Think about this. You played Georgia Tech and kept them to 24 points. Boston College, 28 points. Memphis, 20 points. Cal, 9 points. SMU blew their doors off. Clemson, 29 points. Duke, 23 points. Miami, we put up 36. North Carolina put up 35, and then Notre Dame beat them 52-3. But at this point, you've lost the team. The team is gone.
No, this is how backwards this is. That defense looked decent versus Miami, but because the offense can't do anything, the defense eventually Randy, the defensive coordinator now. The defense eventually breaks down. Mike Norvell's offense can't do a damn thing, which affects the defense. And now he's firing the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. They say the offensive coordinator is just the name. Mike Norvell calls the play. Do you know how diabolical that is, bro?
Hey, throw Ron Dugan in there too while you at it. Put a little seasoning on it. Put a little seasoning on this firing.
You know how diabolical that is?
No, I tell people that it's coaching is worse than the dope game. The only difference is nobody trying to kill you, if you understand what I'm saying. That's the only difference. But it ain't no loyalty in this thing. That's why I used to always say, when I used to hear the word family, I'm out. I'm out. Because at the end of the day, now I have to say this, there are a few coaches, and we had one at our school at Miami that refused to fire the family. But for the most part, think about what I'm about to tell you. Mike Norvell just proved to you that his family means more than your family. You take the L. My paycheck, I'm not going to stand on this hill and say, listen, this is the same staff I had when we went 13-0, and you thought we partied that hard we forgot how to coach? Because we were 13-0 and we happened to lose our quarterback, so they put us out? No, these are the same guys. And in less than a year, literally in less than a year's time, these guys ain't good anymore. Hey, Street. Hey, bro, you know I love you, man, but you got to go, dog. That's some dirt work, bro. That's, as they say, nasty work. Now, mind you, these coaches are kept whole. Is actually Alex Atkins might be a little bit excited because now he get to go home and chill, and he still get his paycheck. So he don't have to be up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, flying all across the country, getting your head knocked off. He could chill with his family and so forth and so on.
There's not a black eye against him.
No, coaches get fired, man. Like they see it the same way I see it. You know, now it's a black eye to the fan base because guess what? Wherever he goes next, they're going to be like, oh, God, we got Alex Atkins. He got fired at Florida State. They were 1-9. Who wants him? So in that essence, yeah, it's a, you know, that kind of thing.
So I'm looking at his track record. He was assistant head coach at Tulane for 2 years. Charlotte, he was the OC offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. He got promoted at Florida State in 2022 he was the OC and offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have a lot of OC experience. Like it's almost like he was grooming him, like giving him extra money.
You took the word out of my mouth. I think he's a smart guy. I think Mike Norvell saw a future in him. And you see a lot of head coaches that are technically play callers or coaches. They take a guy like that under their wing, right, for that purpose. Because 2 reasons. One, you very rarely bring in another proven a bona fide OC because now it becomes a battle of this unless you're really strong in your skin. 2, right, what happens is you can groom them to what you want. So at the times when you're not there or whatever, he's speaking your language. Does that make sense? He's got the same play. He's following your lead. That's what Nick Saban used to do. I always tell people that was the formula. No one can really name a top flight defensive coordinator from Alabama during Nick Saban's tenure. Pete Golden, nobody remembers that guy. Nobody remembers these coordinators. Jeremy Pruitt, I don't think he was DC there. But then when you look on the offensive side, what did he do? He brought in Lane Kiffin, Mike Loxley, Steve Sarkisian, Bill O'Brien. These were bona fide offensive coordinators. So they were kind of like the head coach of offense. He was the head coach of defense. If you think Pete Golden coming from UTSA, that's where Nick Saban got Pete Golden from. The University of Texas San Antonio. Do you think that guy that gets a chance to go to the juggernaut Alabama is going to be like, hey, yo, Nick Saban, I don't like that zone blitz. That ain't going to work. No. A young Kirby Smart. There you go. A young Kirby Smart. So that's kind of what you see in that formula. So I just want to bring that up because Florida State is trash. I get it. Shout out to my dog G Money in the building. Much love to him. But hey, dog, it is what it is.
What you say? They trash, dog?
Yeah, they trash. The whole program need a nickel worth of high test and a match and let that thing ride. But I just want to say this is a dirty game, and this is firing season. You're going to start seeing guys trying to say their job and get fired and all the other good stuff. And so that's how I look at it in that sense, man. So that's how I look at it. You want to get into your boy right now?
That's dirty, though, dog.
That's dirty.
That's dirty. Before we get out here, so what's the premises of it? So you can get a fan base something to cling to the next year. You're not just coming in with the same stale staff.
No, you have to show that you're making change. You have to show. Just think about any other company. It's no different. That's why I say it. Although it's a sport, and the boardroom is on TV every Saturday. It's no different than a company. It's not televised that they fire the guy in processing chips or whatever. You know what I mean? Because when you're dealing with cell phone, because he making bad deals, whatever the case may be. I know I'm talking a little sideways, but it's the same concept, right? It's the same thing. You'll do the same thing in your business, right? Imagine you have an editor right now or a person that's supposed to do these things and the edits are not looking good. They're not getting the SEO that you want. They're not getting the returns. He got to go.
Right.
You're not going to let it fall because he cool. You're not going to let Footballville fall. No, the thumbnails ain't looking right. He got to go.